Consider also the nature of the mean, when it is in the third degree made clean. The purer that your means be, the more perfection thereof ye shall see. The means retain a great part of the virtues of this art. For the principle may not give influence to the final end, neither the refluence unto his principle, without succour and aid of means containing the extremities aforesaid. For like as by means of a treble spirit, the soul of man is to his body knit, of which three spirits one is called vital, the second is called the spirit natural, the third spirit is spirit animal, and where they dwell, now learn ye shall, the spirit vital in the heart doth dwell, the spirit natural, as old doctors tell, to dwell in the liver is thereof feigned, but spirit animal dwelleth in the brain. And as long as these spirits three continue in man in their prosperity, so long the soul without all strife will dwell with the body in prosperous life. But when these spirits in man may not abide, the soul forthwith departeth at that tide. For the subtle soul pure and immortal, with the gross body may never dwell withal, he is so heavy, and she so light and clean. Were not the subtleness of this spirit mean? Therefore in our work, as authors teach us, there must be corpus anima et spiritus. Also in our work ye shall so find, that our means must accord in every kind of both extremities with wisdom sought, else all our work shall turn clear to naught. For prudent nature may not by working make complement of appetite of a thing, and so pass between extremities. But if the first pass by all degrees of every mean, this is truth unfeigned. Wherefore nature many means ordained. Now after all this to learn ye had need of 7 circulations of elements for your speed, according to number of the planets 7, which no man knoweth, but ye have grace from heaven. Old philosophers, men of great engine, said how of circulations there should be 9. It is the surer to do by their advice. Nevertheless 7 may your work suffice, by inventions late found of new, of later philosophers, whose works be true. But 4 circulations of elements some clerks ween to have their intents. When they fro fire ordain to descend to air, they ween not to offend. If they to water do then proceed, and thence to earth, when they see need, and in such wise by order fall from the highest to the lowest of all, upon these words they took their ground, that aer est cibus ignis found. Aer est cibus ignis means air is the food of fire. But trust me that such circulation is but only a rectification, better serving for separation, and for correction than for transmutation. But the truth is that appetite of the fire hath to work in earth his chief desire, as upon his chief food material, for fire with earth hath most concord of all. Because that 60 is the lime of heat, but air of her kind is most wit, yet fire without air worketh not. For faces of elements be knit with a knot of God's hand, that they may not depart by no engine ne craft of man's art. As in plumps ye have example fair, where heavy water ariseth after air, whereof no cause reasonable ye shall find, but connection of faces of elemental kind. But our circulation is from fire on high, which endeth with water his most contrary. Another circulation beginneth with air, ending with his contrary, clean earth and fair. From fire to earth, from thence to water clean, from thence to air, and therefore thence by a mean passing to earth, then eftsoons to fire. To such circulations the red work hath desire. Other circulations be better for the white, that be rehearsed for her appetite. Every circulation hath her proper season, as her lightness according with reason. For as one planet is more ponderous than is another, and slower in his course, so some circulations which clerk seeks must for her time have full 30 weeks. Other circulations shall oft time have less, as one planet is lighter than another was. But the time of one with another will amount to 26 weeks, proved by account. After all gross works made beforehand, and after all circumstances had I understand, ignorance hereof deceiveth many a man, causing them to cease where wise men began. Common people, which for this science have sought, ween how in 40 days it might be wrought. They know not how nature and things of art have a proper time assigned for their part, as it appeareth by this similitude. The elephant, for that she is great and rude, goeth with full years full twain, and 50 years ere that full gender again. Anaxagoras said in his consideration that metals had for their generation 1,000 years, wherefore him list to say, in respect thereof our work is but 1 day. Also ye must work by good advice, when ye see earth above water rise. For as water beareth earth, which we go on, so will it do in working of our stone. Wherefore well springs with strokes soft, soberly make ye must in times oft, whereby water may soberly flow, for violent fluxes be perilous as now.